Today we're going to be looking at simulating crudes with ProMax. Alright, now what information does ProMax need to design a crude oil or to characterize a crude oil? What it needs is a boiling point curve, and usually you see them in a TVP or D86 type curve. And if you have the light ends composition, you can use that as well. Also optional is curves for molecular weight, specific gravity, or viscosity curves. All that optional information will help you develop a better characterization of your crude. Alright, well, let's get started making the curve oil, the crude. And the way we do it is we go to the ProMax menu and we'll see an option for an oil. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and go to the option where it says edit oils. Okay, and we'll be using a curve oil. We'll go to new. Okay, and what that's going to do is that's going to open up a new window where we can go ahead and define this crude. Okay, and what we're going to be doing is selecting where it says curve data. We're going to be giving it a boiling point curve. We can choose what type of assay we have. Let's see, either a D86 or a TVP. In this case, I'm going to be using the TVP data that you see behind the window, and I'm going to be using that to go ahead and define the crude. Okay. Now, to go ahead and open up the window to define the crude, we'll use edit. Okay. And go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. And we're just going to give it the table that you see behind the window to 10, 20, 30. Okay, now we have entered in all the information for the boiling point curve. Okay, we're going to go ahead and select OK, and we're going to double check and make sure that the assay type corresponds to the curve we gave it. And what we can do is we can click apply. Okay. And what ProMax is going to do is going to apply several correlations to go ahead and calculate some of the bulk properties of this crude. Okay. In specific gravity, it'll generate a curve for the specific gravity. We also have the option of giving it the endpoints. Those cells we see with the white background, we can go ahead and change if we want to, or we can just give it some independent data if we have some available. And this will all make the crude characterization a little bit better defined. Go ahead, go back to generated data. Okay. Then the other information that we have here is the light ends. Okay, the light ends in ProMax, we have three different ways of handling the light ends. We can have light ends free, okay, where we will not consider any of the light end components. We have the light ends generated, where we can give ProMax the component, let's say hexane, and it will generate a percentage based on the curve. Okay. We also have an option to supply light ends, where we can give it the amount. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is load up the light ends that we see in the table behind the window, which is ethane, propane, or C3, IC4, NC4, IC5, and NC5. Okay, and okay, so I'm going to apply it. Okay. Now the cut points tab, we can select how many cut points we want to have, and we can also see the properties of each cut point. Okay, if we want to change the cut points, we can go to Edit Data and change the amount of cuts between the temperatures. Okay, correlations, it's much like the single oil, where we have different correlations for the different properties. In some properties there are no other correlations or alternatives. In plots, we'll see a plot of the boiling point curve, specific gravity curve, molecular weight, and so forth. In notes, we can put any note that we want to have for further reference for this crude. Okay. So now we have defined a crude oil, we have to go back to our environment. Okay. And we have to make sure, if we want to use it in an environment, to go ahead and load it up as part of the installed oils. Okay. Once installed, what we can do is we can go to our stream and go ahead and load up the crude using the option where it says install a previously characterized oil. Okay. And that will load up the oil. Pretty easy. Let me know if you have any questions. What we're going to be working on is designing an amine absorber, a video to let you know how to go about designing an amine absorber. We'll see you next time.